want you straight to sleep.
Is that right?
You know I got that love me long time. So how deep is your love? Come show me what's up. And if I give it to you, I promise.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. As some of you already know, I had a mini-me. She right here sleeping peacefully. Okay, that's the way we gonna keep it for right now. Till she wake up, and I gotta go. Period. Okay, so I'm trying to hurry up and get this video done. Anyway, I want to talk to y'all about my pregnancy journey, labor and delivery, and then the recovery process. I got pregnant. It was in April. I was throwing up. I had a headache. I was hot. I was like, what is wrong with me? And I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. So I was like, maybe I'm just dehydrated. Maybe I need to drink some more water. So I was just drinking water, a lot of water. I'm supposed to be coming on my period. Okay, maybe that's it. But mind you, I never really get sick when I'm about to come on my period. It's just a little cramp in my stomach. All right, well, I'm about to come on my period. No, didn't come on my period. So I'm like, okay, let me wait a few more days, whatever. I kind of started panicking, but then again, I kind of didn't. So I was like, yeah, let me wait, let me hold on. Maybe it's late. Maybe, you know, it's just running late this month. Didn't come on my period. So I was like, ah, fuck. This first response pregnancy test comes with two tests. And it says it can tell you 6 days sooner, and it's 99% accurate, okay? So, 1 week in April, I took one of the tests. The first line was positive, and the second line was kind of like, it was super light to where it wasn't even like barely showing up. So I thought I wasn't pregnant. So I waited 1 more week, took the second test, and then it was 2 lines. It was 2, like, I was clearly pregnant. I didn't know what to think, how to feel, what to do. I was just like, no way. I was like, no way. So I had went to the, like a little mini clinic. And I was like, hey, I'm just here. I took a home pregnancy test. Now I want to take a pregnancy test here at the clinic just to double check. They walked in, they was like, yeah, you're pregnant, you're definitely pregnant. That sickness is like no other. Really nothing you could do with pregnancy, like morning sickness. There's really nothing you could do about it. You just got to deal with it. But I was really sick, like to where it just made me have an attitude, and I was just like, oh my god. Second trimester, all I did was sleep. I slept, and slept. Mind you, it was kind of the middle of the summer. So when I didn't sleep, I kind of like went to the pool. And then I was craving pickles a lot too. I was craving pickles. I was sleeping. And I was at the pool a lot too. I was like, let me just do something. But yeah, my second trimester, it was kind of just like, okay, you know, like whatever. I'm pregnant, second trimester, cravings. That's all I did was sleep, day, night. That's really all I did. If I went at the pool or, you know, having those weird cravings, I was literally sleeping. Third trimester, belly's getting a little bigger, and I didn't really start showing till I was like probably 6 months. To sum it all up, my pregnancy was a breeze. It took forever, but then again, it was a breeze at the same time. Because a lot of people, everybody's different. A lot of people's pregnancy, they sick the whole time. I got a friend, she was sick her whole entire pregnancy. A lot of people just have an easy pregnancy, and I'm one of those. It was just, besides my first trimester, second and third, I really didn't have no complaints, honestly. I wasn't that big. And I didn't want to share it with, you know, everybody. I wanted to share it with who I wanted to share it with, close friends and family. So whoever knew. I had a gender reveal, I had a baby shower. Whoever knew. And that, you know, those are obviously important, really important people. So eventually I came out and you know, let everyone else know that I was pregnant. But if you're one of the first few people who knew I was pregnant, then you knew, period. So on January 6th, and I had went to the doctor on January 3rd, I think. I had went to the doctor on January 3rd, and they had rescheduled me an appointment for January 10th. My due date was January 9th. So I called them on January 6th and was like, why y'all having me come back a day after my due date? It just don't make no sense. Can I come back at least on my due date? They was like, okay, yeah, go ahead and come in on your due date. I was like, okay, cool. This was January 6th, mind you. When I hung up the phone with them, that was probably around 2, 3 o'clock. So I just, you know, I was just chilling this day. This is the time where I just had completely stopped working because it was just getting too close to my due date. So I was just chilling out. So, yeah, this was around 2 or 3. I had got off the phone with my doctor. And around 4:30, 5 o'clock, a few hours after I got off the phone with my doctor, that's when I started to feel funny. Like, I started to feel like I was laying in bed and I'm like tossing and turning a little bit because I'm feeling I'm feeling something. Oh, I don't know if this is false labor. I don't know what it is. But it wasn't painful to where I was like, oh, I gotta go to the hospital. It wasn't painful. It was just kind of discomfort. So I was tolerating it. So yeah, it was kind of just discomfort. So I was tolerating it. So I had called my friend because my friend, they're mothers. And I was like, I don't know, I feel kind of weird. She was like, hi, what are you feeling like? And I was like, it's not in my stomach, it's not in my back. Because a lot of people was telling me, oh, you're going to feel it in your stomach. And it's going to feel like period cramps just 10 times worse and stuff like that. And what they was telling me, it wasn't what I was feeling. I'm like, so, you know, what is this then? Because this ain't what y'all was telling me y'all was supposed to be feeling. So I was telling her it's just kind of a discomfort. It's not really painful. It's definitely tolerable, but it's kind of, I really cannot describe the feeling. I just can't. Like, you just have to be pregnant to know, or just have to go through it to know. I really can't describe the feeling. It was just really uncomfortable, and it was like really, I couldn't really sit still or lay down anymore. I had to get up and like kind of move around. I felt like I had to just be, I don't know, do something. I decided to take a walk. I was like, maybe taking a walk would help, and it did. Taking a walk helped. Taking a walk helped. I also pineapples and raspberry tea, y'all. Pineapples and raspberry tea. Let me tell you, that helped. Cleaning around the house, that helped. And I also took a warm bath. Mind y'all, I didn't know then, but now I know, I was in labor. Yeah, I was in labor at this point. That discomfort feeling I was in labor. I just didn't know. You know, it just wasn't painful to where I had to go to the hospital and be like, oh my God, I'm hurting. Because number one, I just didn't want to come back home, them send me back home in false labor. And then number two, I just didn't know. I'm a first time mom. I didn't know what really I was feeling. Like I said, it was tolerable. So I didn't think I had to go to the hospital. But also, let me say, the discomfort I was feeling, it was happening every 5 to 6 minutes. They was 5 to 6 minutes apart. And if you follow me on Snapchat, I actually was on Snapchat and I was talking to Snapchat. I was like, I don't know, y'all. I think this is it. I might be ready to pop at this point. Everybody was telling me maybe it's just that she's getting lower. Just wait till the labor pain. I'm like, is this not the labor pain? And what is this? Like, I don't know. Like, I was just like, let me just keep walking. So I walked for about 15-20 minutes. Went back in the house. Like I said, I showered, took a warm bath. I ate some pineapples and raspberry tea. Let me tell you something. If you're pregnant and if you're about to go into, that will boost your labor. Okay? That shit works. Pineapples and raspberry tea, that shit works. Like, that shit really boosts your labor. After I took a warm bath, I got in the bed, laid down probably like an hour. I was trying to sleep it off, you know, but the pain was just like, ugh, you know, it was just still, a lot of discomfort. So I couldn't really sleep. I was like kind of half sleep. So my water broke around 1:30 in the morning. And when I tell you, I was not expecting my water to break. And then I just heard a psh. I was like, ah! I just started crying. I was like, my water broke. I was like, oh my God, my water broke. And then the pain just instantly shot up. I was like, oh my God. I was leaking. I was dripping, bro. I was like, oh my God, my fucking water just broke. I'm about to hide this baby. So my brother, he actually came in and he was like, what happened? What's wrong? I was like, my water broke. Everybody was just freaking out. I was freaking out. Everybody was just freaking out. Mind y'all, my hospital bag wasn't even packed. My hospital bag was not packed, okay? I made sure my baby's was packed, but mine wasn't packed. I don't know. I was just procrastinating. My hospital bag should have been packed, but I was just procrastinating. So when my water broke, I was just like, oh my God. My water broke. I was crying. I was in pain, but then I was worried about my hospital bag. I was like, what am I going to do? I was like, we got to get to the hospital. I'm about to have his baby. I'm in labor. Let's go. It was just chaos. So, but when my water broke, bro, throwing up and shitting at the same time. So imagine your water leaking, you shitting, and you throwing up at the same time. Bitch, you in labor. Like, okay, I was like, bitch, you're in labor. Like, fuck this shit. I ain't, like, let's fucking let's go. You in labor, because all it is, this means something. What is going on? I'm in labor. That's what's going on. I was throwing up, shitting, and my water was breaking all at the same time, and I was on the toilet. So I was like, oh my God. So I was leaning over the tub throwing up. I was throwing up pineapple and raspberry tea, and I was shitting out shit, and water was leaking. I was like, ah. Yo, it was chaos. Yo, car ride to the hospital, I was the worst. I don't know what it was. I don't know if because I was just sitting, you know, like a normal person would sit in a car. I don't know, but it was so painful. I was like, oh my God, it hurts. It was like, my mom was like, just breathe. I was like, I can't, it hurts. I was screaming. I was like, it's hot, I'm hot. Look down the windows. I was kind of like, and then I started to lean over a little bit. I was like, okay, this helps a little bit. I was like, hurry, please, hurry. I was like, please hurry up. The hospital was probably like 15 minutes away. So we got there. We pulled up. Everybody in the waiting room is just looking at me like, because mind y'all, I'm screaming. I'm like, oh my God, come on. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh. I was able. Yo, this shit, I'm telling you, it's no joke. It's nothing to play with, okay? So I'm like, oh my God. And everybody was in the waiting room just looking at me like. And I started to cuss everybody out. What the fuck y'all looking at? But I was just like, let me just focus on breathing. At first, I was not going to get epidural. I was going to do everything natural. But the pain, I was like, oh, hell yes. I want epidural. Yes. Yes. Come on. Because I was going to do natural. And it took me a second when they asked me. It took me a second to answer them. I was like kind of hesitant. I was really hesitant to, answer the question. Because I'm just like, oh, I did want to have a natural birth. I just wanted to, have a natural birth. That way, after birth, I can just snap back and everything will be okay. No risk or anything like that, But the pain I was feeling at that point, it was just unbearable. Like, when I got to the hospital, I was 3 centimeters dilated. So that whole time I was at home thinking I wasn't in labor or thinking, whatever was happening to me while I was at home, I was really in labor. Because when I got to the hospital, I was 3 centimeters dilated. But when I went to the hospital and got in that second room, the first room, a doctor checked me. They was like, let me make sure your water really broke. And let me see if you're dilated. So he went ahead and he checked me. And he was talking to the nurse. They was talking in them medical terms and stuff like that. My mom was like, hello, so is she dilated? Did her water really break? What's going on? And then he looked at my mom. He was like, yeah, her water's broke. She's 3 centimeters dilated. And we and my mom looked at each other and we was like, oh, it's happening. So yeah, so I went up to another room. I was getting an epidural, and then after after the epidural, the nurse was like, okay, let me check you again. Let me see if you dilated anymore. When she checked me, mind you, I wasn't there long. I got to the hospital at like 2 o'clock in the morning. The first doctor checked me, it was around 2:30. And then when that nurse checked me, it was probably 3. So when she checked me at 3 o'clock in the morning, I was 9 centimeters dilated, y'all. It wasn't long at all. It was not long. Don't ask me how. I don't know. I started pushing, and I pushed probably like 3 times. I pushed probably like 3 times. And y'all, when I tell y'all, that last push, the second to last push, her head was, it was kind of like stuck in my vagina. Doctor was like, do y'all want to see her head? Talking to my mom and my sisters and everything. They was like, yeah. So they looked up my vagina and they could see the head. So they was like, oh my God, the head's right there. The head's right there. And mind you, I did a push, and I guess I didn't push hard enough, so her head kind of got like stuck right there. They was like, no, you gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep pushing. I was like, oh my God. And I screamed. I was like, ah. I screamed so loud. It was like, come on, give me one more push. That last push, her whole body just came out, and they threw her on me. And then I was like, oh my God. And she was right here. There go my baby now. But yeah, they threw her on me. I was just like, look at my baby. It was so worth it. It was so worth it, because I was like, I'm a whole mother now. Like, I'm a whole mommy. Like, it was just the best. Like, it was beautiful but painful at the same time. The recovery, I'm still hurting, and it is January 24th. I had my baby January 7th. So she's a little bit over 2 weeks old. And I'm still, my body, it was really sore at first. My body kind of feels okay now, but my vagina is so sore still. And I'm just like, oh my God. The recovery process, I feel like nobody really talks about, because everything is just all about the baby at that point. Nobody really cares. But let me just say the recovery, and everybody's different. My recovery process, terrible. One night I had my baby, I was rocking her to sleep. I had just got done feeding her. I was up rocking her to sleep, and my vagina was hurting so bad. I had to give her to my mom, like, take my baby. I gotta do something, because my vagina hurts too bad. So yeah, the recovery process for me, it wasn't so great, but like I said, everybody's different. My recovery process was terrible, and I'm still getting, you know, trying to get better with that. But at the end of the day, it was all worth it. I got my baby. I love being a mom. I love being a mommy. It's such a great feeling. Let me go ahead and get off here. I'm nursing, so she's ready to eat. She's a little fussy right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I hope y'all enjoyed my little story. Before you leave this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.